In this video, I'm going to be talking about my 1999 Toyota 4Runner, but I'm going to be talking about some things that I really don't like about it. Alright, so here is my 1999 Toyota 4Runner, and while they are known for being rugged, reliable, the cost to maintain these things is fairly low, and the resale value on these 4Runners is impeccably high. But I want to discuss some things that I really have not enjoyed about my 4Runner over the 4 years that I have owned it. My first qualm with my 4Runner has got to be the seats. And while I know this is a 21-year-old car, these leather seats on so many third-generation 4Runners just fall apart, and to replace them costs anywhere from like $1,000 to $1,200. Now you can find other seats to put in, but then you have to modify the rails that they go on, and overall these seats really are not that comfortable. So while it's nice that they are electric and they were leather back in the day, now they are cracking and half of it is foam, so that has got to be a big problem here on this 4Runner. Alright, next we gotta talk about the timing belt on this 4Runner. To get to the timing belt, you have to remove the radiator. You have to drain the coolant. You have to take off this front cover. You gotta pull all the belts off because the timing belt is way back in here. Toyota recommends that you change it every 75,000 miles, and this is a very labor-intensive job. So to get it done yourself, you need to have a lot of tools and a lot of patience if you want to get it done. Otherwise, it can be a pretty costly fix. So the overall design of this is just a little bit bothersome. Now, since we have the hood open, we might as well talk about some specs with this vehicle. 183 horses, and I'm sure some ponies have left the station since '99, and about 215 foot-pounds of torque out of this 3.4 liter V6, which guzzles the gas. I'm talking, if I drive pretty conservatively in the city, even with my lift, I can get about 15 miles per gallon. And then on the highway at a very unsafe 65 miles an hour in the far right-hand lane, getting passed by everybody, I can get about 22 miles per gallon. So with that little power and not really a whole lot of towing capacity with this 4Runner, the fuel economy is abysmal, to me at least, and you know, Toyota really hasn't done that much better on the newer 4Runners, as they have roughly the same fuel economy. After you slap on a lift and some bigger tires, man, you can kiss that fuel economy goodbye. Now the next problem that I have is specific to two-wheel drive 4Runners. Now mine is two-wheel drive, and with that, it is horrible off any sort of pavement, especially with having a little bit of a lift and an open rear diff. If I incur any sort of rugged terrain, this thing gets stuck. I know for a fact that Honda Accords are more off-road capable than a two-wheel drive 3rd Gen 4Runner with an open differential. So while those are a lot of the really big issues that I've had with my 4Runner, some other notable ones are going to be the peeling of the paint on the roof rack, the inevitable dent on the rear lift gate, which so many of these 3rd gens have for some odd reason, the option to have the fake wood grain inserts in the interior. Not the biggest fan of that, but not all models came with it. Another notable one would be the spring braking, or the release mechanism braking for the back fuel flap. Easy fix, but it does break, and it is a hassle to pop it back open without a friend. And also Toyota's usage of the plastic clips to hold literally everything together. They break all the time whenever you are doing any sort of maintenance, and it is thoroughly frustrating. Now, I know it might sound like I'm being really negative or nitpicky with my 4Runner, but trust me, I absolutely love this car, and I will drive it until the wheels fall off. There are so many positives, and I'm sure I will make a video about all of those, but there are so many positives with these third generation 4Runners. You do need to look out for a few things if you are going to buy them, but overall the positives far outweigh the negatives, and that's why these vehicles hold their value so well, and people flock to them when they're looking for a used SUV. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. And got bit by a bug. After you slap on a lift. What is this? This is a spider? It's a